Let's kick it old school. Old school essentials. The further adventures of the Thunderous Fury.
It's time for the recap.
All right. You guys want me to try it as usual and you can fill in the blanks?
Yes.
Do the bard.
Yes,
All
do the
right.
bard thing.
All right. First, we start out with the most wonderfully messed up body run that I think I've seen recently. Okay, so Clintok, Basil Wilberforce, and Torjohn go to help Basil X and Muddy D, our local grave robber, check out the side entrance to the jail that we hope to be breaking into in a couple of days. Of course, Basil X and Muddy D pull off their half of it perfectly and show up with a body. Yay, them. And then the rest of us join and things start going well. Sideways is not the word. Perhaps tour to hell. In any case, first we get challenged by a guard. Torjohn attempts to distract him with a sound off to the side, but Clintok really steps up and fakes a drunk and gets him to ignore the rest of us long enough for us to get the body to the grate at least. Basil X and Muddy do indeed open the tunnel, no problem. Given, especially given Muddy's wonderful experience with his shovel, and let's not talk about what else his experiences with his shovel are, because he's looking at that thing awfully funny. In any case, then further things starts to go wrong as we get hurt by yet another guard. Torjohn, taking a leaf out of Clintok's book, plays another drunk and leads him away from the jail. Unfortunately, the method of getting the body down the hole was drop it. At that point, Muddy D goes crazy. Basil Wilberforce has to save versus spells, and Basil Wilberforce is feared because indeed there is a ghost in Muddy D, and it has come out and scared the heck out of Basil Wilberforce. Basil Wilberforce blows all of our covers by babbling, screaming, and running, and the guards here, and we have a fight on our hands. So instead of doing all of this quietly, we get to tango with guards. Torjohn starts out by dropping the one who's away from the fight with the sleep spell, which hopefully the guard will be happy for, because he's one of the ones who survives. Clintok successfully nails one. All right. Despite the guard's plate mail. Oh, right. I forgot. The first guard in sees the ghost again, who is still inhabiting Muddy D, and fails his save. And again, similar to Basil Wilberforce, runs off screaming, yay, ha. The second guard gets a couple of arrows in the back, courtesy of Clintok, and a stab courtesy of me, which fortunately puts him down. Unfortunately, all of the noise has alerted the city, and we hear all sorts of yelling and coming our way shortly. Yes. At that point, Basil X, for some reason, decides that the body must be interred with, due respect. And so we actually have to go rescue the body while guards are on the way, haul it up the hole, and haul ourselves out into the mist. Clintok, again, being the wonderfully brave, inventive person he is, stays behind and invents a tale about his brother and him getting waylaid by bandits while the rest of us go to do our necessary duties. Basil X and Muddy D manage to get to the cemetery and bury the body nicely. Yay, ha. Muddy D, by this Muddy D, by the way, is not acting as if he is possessed anymore. So it's unclear what went on, except there was a ghost there for a little while. That wraps up the night. And so, of course, we get to have an early morning where everybody gets together and tries to get their story straight as far as what happened last night, so that when the guards inevitably come, and they do, can present a unified front. Clintok goes to meet the guards and once again demonstrates his wonderful improvisational skills. And why is Orion the Bard here? Because Clintok can improv like nobody else, and tells the guards how glad they are to protect the party planning committee. Unfortunately, the guards are not so believing of that, and a rather large ape from the Ape Empire decides that truth potions are in order and forces Clintok to drink it. Clintok fortunately saves and manages to still say what he wants, but there isn't much more after that because the mayor's troops show up, and the mayor tries to intercede and successfully does so. The mayor is trying to blame it on the pirate and move up the pirates' execution. I mean, we gotta love hate. We gotta love hate relationship with that guy. He does nice things for it, and then he screws nice things for us, and then he screws us over. And he's still pushing for Karn to execute the prisoner, only this time ahead of time. So, in the meantime, and separately, before the mayor showed up, I think this was, you guys can correct me, was this the day before? The guy's heading to the Apothecary.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, a separate group decides they need a little help with medicine. Yes, let's call it medicine. And end up at the All Smiles Apothecary with Miss Smileshine telling us exactly what we need for our various injuries. What she tells us, after our various stories are told, are supposedly an emetic. That is something that makes people grow up. Something for a long-term injury for Karn, of course. And something that is supposed to help with constipation. So yes, if you take all of this, you'll feel better, but you'll have it coming out both ends, which is sort of the point. Clintok in the meantime is actually going out to do some party planning. He hires the Second Clinkville Theater troupe to do some plays at the festival. Karn in that morning decides that he wants to see what's going on at the jail because, of course, he is a completely above board person. Finds out that there are guards crawling all over it in the back, and finds out, of course, that someone unfortunately died to those bandits in the night, and comes back. And for our wonderful meeting with the mayor, our intention was to poison Karn so that he could not possibly be in shape to execute our captain. But unfortunately, the way things worked out, the only option was to indeed poison all of us. So yes, indeed, the group drinks the poison. Let's see.
Yep. Only Karn didn't drink.
Basil,
No, Karn did not drink the poison.
Yeah, because he doesn't. Because you put it in the wine and he doesn't drink out.
We were going to poison Karn, and he's the only one who didn't drink the poison. I mean, talk about a Charlie Fox event right there. And of course, the poisoning almost got caught. The mayor made a perception roll, but fortunately, Basil W jumped in and made enough of a confusion to throw him off the scent at the last second.
With his shoes.
Yes, that was the thing with the shoes. Yeah, the mayor's got your shoes now.
Well, we all knowingly chugged the poison. because of course we'd never poison ourselves in order to get anybody else in trouble. Basil, Clintok, and the mayor fail their role, and it turns out that Miss Hippy Dippy may have sold us a little something different than a medic, because boy, those results that happened were not exactly those of an emetic. Trembling, weakness, stupor, no, that's not exactly what we were told this stuff was supposed to do. And of course, we have to play the concerned citizens, and we rush out and tell the mayor's entourage that he is ill, perhaps poisoned, and someone, and it's not anybody in our group, decides to mention the Accursed guards as the potential poisoners, surprisingly enough, and Orion recognizing a good idea when he hears it, decides to indeed loudly proclaim, accusation by denial, that of course there is no way that the Accursed guards were in any way involved in the mayor's poisoning, very loudly to all the crowd. And I believe that's where we left off, because there's a dust-up coming up.
Wasn't there already a bunch of the Emperor's guards there, and then the mayor's guards or army was arriving as we ended, something like that?
The Emperor's guards were following you around all day. They were stationed at the Rejuvenating Bog where you're staying, because they think they're suspicious of your activities. Your status as part of the party planning committee is suspect to them. The mayor didn't like this, so he brought some of his own soldiers down to watch the guards who are watching you. So there's been a standoff here at the Rejuvenating Bog, and anytime you've gone anywhere this day, they have followed you just to see what's going on. There's a lot of yelling out here in front of the Rejuvenating Bog, because I believe this happened in the evening where the mayor came over to enjoy himself, and he is being carried out on the way back to his manor. There's a lot of commotion. They're running past the guards. The guards are shouting at each other out here in front of the bog. Let's see, the mayor, Clintok, Basil, and Karn all got ill. Who else?
If Karn didn't take any, how did he get ill?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, because you put it in the wine and he doesn't drink wine.
Okay, right. You didn't get.
Yeah, I think that was retconned.
Wait a minute. He did drink something to be part of the plan, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, you did drink some, because I got you down as you ended up with something.
From jail.
Harsh destiny.
Yes, Marsh is the one who he actually passed his save, so he is not ill from the poison that was ingested. All right, so there is a big commotion outside of the Rejuvenating Bog. It is the evening. I'm trying to think of what was the weather that evening, that day. Was that the day it was foggy? I think that was the day
it was foggy in the night, and then we re-rolled, and the morning of the 13th, my notes say it warmed up a little.
Yeah, I actually have the weather down. Yeah, it was foggy this morning and in the 40s. Okay, yeah, I haven't done the weather for the next day. Okay, so it's still fairly warm. You guys are in the lobby area as there is a commotion outside. And I don't know what Daryl's character looks like, but Daryl, you passed this these two guards. So the mayor has his own contingent. The mayor is obviously in charge of this city you're in called Clinkville. And the Emperor, who is sort of the ruler of much larger area. This is the capital city. So he kind of resides here, and he has his own guards. And they're outside this place called the Rejuvenating Bog, which is what it sounds like. You come here and you get a room and you get to sit in the bathhouse and, rejuvenate. So you're passing these two guards, these two groups are kind of arguing with each other, entering the rejuvenating bog, looking for a group called the Thunderous Fury. So as you walk in, what do they see as these guys are in the lobby?
Oh, okay. Has the party been around this town, or are they new people or foreigners?
They've just arrived and they've kind of made a name for themselves because they saved a girl who was lost in the Underdark.
Okay.
And we're
So
planning a huge party for the mayor. So
okay, perfect. A party. All right. Perfect. So this guy kind of wanders on by. You can tell obviously he's an elf. He's got a kind of he's got a weird kind of gold lame suit on. And one of you might have recognized this guy. He calls himself an MC, and his name's Sinn-A-Dogg. And he understands there's some kind of commotion, and he's a MC, master of parties, so he might be able to sort you all out.
Master of what?
Of parties.
I like it.
When you have the party, he's the party master.
Oh, okay.
So he seems like, he's not much of he's not a tough guy. He doesn't look like he's an egghead. He doesn't he's just sort of nondescript. But one thing about him is he's got these cheekbones to die for.
So MC, let me say that also the reason you're here is you've heard that these guys have been appointed as the party planning committee. Now, in the next couple of days, the festival, they're called the Festival of Light. It happens, you're essentially in the winter, and they have this big festival to rejuvenate everything, get everybody outside, and have the light to remove the darkness of the winter. And it's sometimes it's a bit, it's kind of a big deal, but these guys have showed up and been appointed as the mayor's party planning committee, and this is supposed to be like the biggest party ever. You have heard, rumor on the street is there's going to be free fucking beer the whole time.
Wow,
Well,
the
actually,
beer fox here, that's bonus. Okay, I'm down. He's kind of,
Okay.
he's vaguely Euro and kind of, just kind of slightly weird. Like he's from that newer generation of elves that kind of don't take the old people seriously in their ways,
Well, actually, surprisingly enough, the first person to wander up to you would be another elf. Now, this guy looks like he's had a bit of a hard time. He's got some okay-looking normal clothes, but he looks like he's recovering from a bad time. Not quite up to snuff yet. He will say in Elvish, of course. Nice to see another elf around here. My name's Torjohn, but I got to tell you, you can see there's a little excitement going on here. So I'd avoid the mess if you got an option.
Well, how do you do, my brother? Looks like you've had a hard time. Something about the party is not getting started right, and that's why I'm here.
You're here to help with the party?
Oh yeah, y'all going to need a party planner and maybe somebody to, introduce the acts.
Torjohn, completely, not said out loud, Torjohn's thoughts are, oh, somebody we can stick with part of the blame. So what Torjohn actually says is, I'd have to check, but my friends and I are on the party planning committee, and, I will have to get clearance, but honestly, there's so much to plan that we could probably use a little extra help around here. Give me a minute to go check with them, and then I'll introduce you around. Is that cool?
Oh yeah, no problem.
So how close by is our friend the Dracone? Has he poked his head out to see what the fuss is all about, or is he still back in his room? So
You
how
mean the
close-
one
how
you get out of
close is
jail?
he- Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, he poked his head out. He looks,
Torjohn will wander over to him and lean in close and say, hook us up telepathically for a minute. Hook the group up telepathically for a minute if you don't mind. Got something I need to talk to him about privately.
okay, so what do you want him to do?
Hook us up telepathically for a minute since he can send telepathic messages, or if it's just only he can send messages, I'll tell him something and he can broadcast.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
to the group.
you tell him something, he can send it.
Okay, I'll tell him that the sort of snazzy looking elf over there, in that corner, is volunteering to help out as part of the party planning committee, and he might make a good, sorry guy, but playing the character, he might make a good scapegoat. He might make a good scapegoat, and if nothing else, we all have several other things to do, and we can actually get him to help with the party planning if everybody's cool with that.
Sinn-A-Dogg waves and gives you all a finger point, a wink, and a smirk from halfway across the room.
Clintok and Karn, you get this message.
Okay.
In between thoughts of my own illness, I'll be like, all right, now we've got somebody to MC the feats of style.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that's a yes. That's a yes for Clintok.
Karn says, an MC, you say? I do not know what an MC is, but if you think he can be helpful with the party, sure. Perhaps I can meet him to tell if he's a nice guy.
You see, MC, it's short for Mac. A part of my family are Macs. We own great, fine dining restaurants. You've heard of McDonald's? That's us. That's one half of the family. But my name is Fivish Menachem Netanyahu. That's my real name. But you can call me Sinn-A-Dogg. I'm the MC.
Torjohn would basically say, sure, the more confusion, the merrier. And Orion's opinion would be, sure, I haven't had time to do actual party planning. If this guy can do it, more power to him. So Torjohn will wander back over to Sinn-A-Dogg and say, yeah, it seems like we may be able to use your skills. You come at a really good time. So let me start introducing you around. And Torjohn will, start introducing him to the rest of the party. Whoever's just, no particular order, whoever's closest.
Basil Wilberforce is suffering from trembling and weakness. And he is a very unkempt little dude. He was originally a lumberjack. He's wearing this leather armor that's in many colors of chartreuse, and it's seafoam green, aquamarine, and chartreuse in color. He's part of the Guild of Many Colors. When you see him, he's trembling. He's feeling very weak. He's very under the weather, and he's got a whiny little voice. He's like, "Oh, hi, Mr. Sinn-A-Dogg. It's nice to meet you."
Oh, my little friend, can I give you a hug? Do you need some warming up?
I just feel really sick to my stomach. You probably don't want to get too close in case it's contagious.
Oh, immediately steps back the requisite 6 feet.
Orion will show up, and Orion is on the one hand, he's very functionally dressed. Even to wander around town, he's got on his chainmail and a dagger by his side. But on the other hand, he's got some decently snazzy clothes. Probably not as good as your characters, but definitely some finer cut or color, and a nice little feathered cap, and he's got a lute slung over his back, and he reaches out to shake your hand and says, "Hey, yeah, hey, name's Orion, bard by trade. I understand you may be able to help us out with some party planning."
Oh, yeah. Did you hear me? I've been chanting my qualifications, one has to give their qualifications. So hopefully you heard me. I'm Sinn-A-Dogg, but I can tell you, my brother, my real name is Five-ish Menachem Netanyahu. I'm a MC with the mostest, and yeah. I'd be happy to be your fall guy or your MC for the night.
Sure, that sounds perfect. We can discuss more details as we go along. There's just one thing you should know in advance. I'll introduce the rest of the acts later, but this guy Terrace goes by the stage name Dulcimer of Fire. He's crap. Want to make sure he gets the bad slots. The rest of the bands and bards they set up for this festival are pretty decent, but Mr. Dulcimer of Fire, well, put him on when the crowd turns bad on you. Put it that way.
Oh yeah? Is he like a ringer, or is he has he fallen out of favor?
His music is actually bad, but he also crossed the party. So, one phase, what goes around comes around in that way.
Oh, it's calmer. No problem. I'd be happy to help you out for a certain fee, of course.
Clintok pipes in from the background. Don't worry, everything's paid for by the mayor.
Oh, we're on the mayor's ticket, eh? Oh, I love those gigs.
And then goes back to being doubled over in pain.
My friend, I feel like I should be more concerned than I actually am. Can I do something for you? Are there priests in attendance?
Unless you've got a heavy sedative to just let me sleep through this, I think I'm just going to have to endure.
Oh, well, let me see. I was a rapper. Let me see. And he pulls out various little items from his bag that have been meticulously wrapped in a kind of a waxy paper. In addition to being a rapper, I am an MC, a real Mark. So maybe I have something here for you. Let me see. No, chalk, wax. No. Okay. Oh, sorry, Fond.
It's okay.
But as I said to your other party members, I do give hugs. They are free.
I'm okay.
Okay, fine. Busies himself in the corner looking.
You hear something from Orion along the lines of, "I can't wait to introduce him to the Essex brothers."
As you're having this conversation, the door opens
Brothels?
There's some shouting outside, but it's not. It seems like it's toned down a little bit. A woman walks in, a human woman with a heavy cloak on and some boots, and she has got this large cap. It's covering her ears, and she comes in carrying like a pack, and she says, "I've heard there's been someone's been poisoned."
I
Oh my. And she comes over to you, Clintok, and she takes off. She's got like this necklace that's got some kind of seeds or something. It's like a white silk thread with like these seeds, and she takes it and she puts it on you. She kind of steps back like 6 feet, and you see her. She says a couple things, and then she pulls from her pouch what looks like a rice cake, and she says, "Here, consume this. This should help."
Wait a moment, madam. There is no devil worship going on here.
Devil worship? No.
Okay.
This is an antidote for poisoning.
bottoms up and then just like shoves the whole thing in his mouth at once.
Just trust any stranger.
You instantly start to feel better. It is a very bland rice cake. Very bland. Like you need a glass of water.
Okay, that's bizarre, but okay. Whatever works.
Hey, Karn, do you mind pouring me a glass of water? My mouth is freaking dry after eating this nonsense.
Oh, yeah, I can manage. And he pours you some water. He himself is grasping his stomach.
Yeah, she
He-
takes the
Strong intestinal pains.
yeah, she takes the necklace off and walks over to Karn, and she's like, "You look familiar. Well, your description does. Are you Karn Stone?"
Indeed, that is I, faithful servant of Cuthbert.
And she says, "Oh, I've heard much about you." And she takes the necklace and puts it on you, and hands you a rice cake.
He looks over at Clintok, shrugs, and starts eating it.
Yeah. Again, it's very bland, and once you eat it, it start to feel better.
I hear you can lose weight with those things.
Yeah, I assume because eventually you just stop eating because that's better than eating this trash.
She says, "Is there anyone else that has been afflicted by this poisoning?"
Look around to see that the mayor isn't there, and
Well, he has his own apothecary. I think he will be fine.
Basil's raising his hand. He's like, "Oh, me."
Oh, okay. She does the same thing. She puts like this necklace around you and then hands you a rice cake.
He eats it, but he feels better too.
Excellent.
Doesn't have any spiders in it, does it?
Did you look? No, it didn't look like it had
always
any.
on the lookout for spiders.
Yes. No, you do not notice any spider or spider parts in the rice cake that you saw, but you do feel better.
What, no natto or weird animal parts? Oh, very nice.
No, this is just white mallow root and boiled in milk and rice.
Wow.
You happen to be, yes, you are the Thunderous Fury I've heard about. The young
Thunderous
girl.
Fury, the faithful servants of Cuthbert.
Oh, yes, Remy has told me all about you, especially Karn Stone.
Well, any friend of Remy's is, of course, a friend of ours. What brought you here? Was it just the rumors of poisoning?
I heard the commotion. I was out for a nightly walk. Heard the commotion outside, something about a poisoning, and I came by to lend my assistance.
That is greatly appreciated.
I believe Remy is going on some expedition, and was hoping that you would go with her.
We are planning on going with Remy or catching up with her, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, downstream.
Yeah. I think we were supposed to meet her someplace.
Your interest in the trip.
Oh, no interest. She has just come to me asking various questions about various herbs, and she has taken an interest to a very, very unique plant called Life Bane.
Ah,
Life Bane?
Yes. She read it in some story, I believe, about the first vampire. It is a very, very rare plant.
so it does exist.
Yes, I did have a tome that described it. Was very brief. It's like a silvery sea green crawling vine with leaves. The leaves are like worm shaped and they're kind of prickly to the touch, but it's supposed to have incredible properties. Well, of course, nothing short of life-giving. I mean, from what the legends say, but
okay, if it's life-giving, why is it named Life Bane?
Yes.
That's sort of the opposite.
oh, that's guess that's the mystery about it.
Yes, it sounds deadly.
But she insists that this is the thing that's supposed to save her friend. What did she call him? Charlie? Was it?
He's
Yeah,
looking to say
Charlie.
Charlie.
Yeah, said that he had some horrible affliction, but if she's going to search for this thing, it must be some horrible affliction he has.
Or was it Crispin, the hopeful boyfriend?
What, that has the horrible affliction?
Yeah.
No, he does not.
Okay.
You remember the dragon got hit with the demonic ooze? I'll ask her, does first of all, I didn't catch your name.
Oh, I am Orthia.
Orthia. Well, nice to meet you, Orthia. I'm Orion. Did Remy discuss the particulars with you of what she was trying to cure?
She said it was some horrible affliction or disease. I offered her various treatments and she said that they were not strong enough and mentioned something. It took a little bit of research, but we found what she was talking about. I mean, I've never seen it, and this is the first time I've read about it. So
This is a common name of the Sanguius Rex you're talking about, yes?
oh yes, that's the name she mentioned. Yes, the first vampire.
Right, okay.
And why such a thing would grow in his manor, I don't know, but
That seems like an odd thing for the undead to keep nearby.
yes, I do not know. It the entry was rather brief, and I've pretty much told you everything it said. But obviously, the author, had obviously gained some knowledge and put it in this tome that I had found in my collection. But beyond that, I don't know.
Do you know of anything else by this author? Is it a usually reliable resource?
Oh yes, it is a codex of plants and herbs and various medicines and poisons and things like that. So yes, they they're well known. They wouldn't put something in that's fanciful or made up. There was obviously they had gotten some evidence to justify their entry.
Excellent. Well, it's nice to know. Nice to know. Have additional confirmation of this herb. Hopefully, it works as intended.
Could be problematical if it does not.
Indeed, it would be.
I wonder what level can I help people with poison if we try it out on somebody and it's bad.
Yeah, that's a question. When does Karn get his lay on hand? Well, the depoison version.
You need to
No,
hire
sorry.
a series of royal tasters.
Mhm.
Where we plan on traveling, my friend, I don't think we'll have any of those around. Is this a line of employment that you would seek for yourself?
Oh no, I subcontract that out, my friend, to the locals. A commission, you
Subcontract that out. Subcontract, you say? Fanciful talk.
You know, they say the pen is mightier than the shroud.
I think I'll trust in my sword myself.
That's okay when your fortunes are very small. But when your sword grows very large, you need to be worried about the pen, my friend.
We shall see. We shall see. I will keep my faith in Cuthbert and my sword. And of course, my hound. And he looks down at his hunting dog. Karn, by the way, is a paladin. He's a tall guy. He's everything you expect out of a paladin. He is lawful stupid. He runs right in. He's always going to, if you're telling lies about something, if you're trying to do any subterfuge, don't do it around him. He'll give it up. Square jawed, plate mail, and consuming a rice cake and making funny faces at the flavor of it.
Oh, I assure you, monsieur, my terfuge is above board.
Ask our apothecary friend. So what do you think the odds that the mayor's guards will take out the Emperor's guards this evening? Or attempt to?
Hopefully less than 0. I may have to go and do some intervening.
My understanding is that ultimately the mayor's authority comes from the Emperor. So as much as he wants to push back at a local level, it seems like he doesn't have a real chance on a larger level. Correct me if I'm wrong about the political situation here, but he may be able to put his foot down for local matters. But I think as far as larger issues, he's going to end up having to bow to the Emperor.
Yeah. The Emperor would have ultimate authority. It's a question of at what point does he want to intervene, deal with it.
To answer your question, Russell, Karn can now try to turn undead, but he won't be able to cure diseases until he's at 5th level, and he'll be able to do that once a week, laying on hands.
Gonna be a while then.
Yeah.
Really will be.
Because he just
All
made
right.
3rd level, so.
Sinn-A-Dogg asks you if you can look at this growth he has just under his arm here. Maybe you can. Oh,
yes. Has it been troubling you?
yes. Ever since I took a little R&R in that coastal town over there, just down the way.
Yes. And you either went to? Did you go to Darius or Manance?
Adelius, I think.
Oh, the dwarven town.
Oh, that's why every time I put my drink down, it put on somebody's head.
Right.
She looks at it. It shouldn't trouble you much. I can remove it if you wish.
Oh, do you do that?
Oh, yes. I can handle this if necessary.
Yes, please. Come by later, and we can sort it out.
Oh, I could do this right here.
Okay.
So she kind of looks and examines it, and she reaches into her pouch and starts to she puts like a big goop, some kind of it almost looks like grease on her hand, and she just reaches out and touches the spot where that thing is, and for a second you feel an instant like freezing sensation, like you know, like it's very, very, very cold, and then it goes numb, and then she pulls her hand away and it is gone. And there's a slight handprint, red handprint there. And she looks down at her hand, and the object is in her hand, like frozen. And she takes it and puts it in her pouch. There, you should. It should trouble you no more.
Oh, thank you so much. That's very kind. You keep that for later, maybe for a snack or something.
I intend to.
I believe we've seen a miracle of Cuthbert here today.
So many miracles.
As she's administering to me, as I lean in and very, very quietly whisper, you can tell old Sinn-A-Dogg the real truth of what's going on here. It's okay.
And she says, some mysteries are best left a mystery.
Oh, you're a mystery girl. Eh? Okay, well, maybe I'll come by and check out the mystery later. What do you think, eh?
Not a chance. And she says, I probably need to be going. I don't need the any bloodshed tonight. So she reaches into her pouch, she pulls out a chain with a thimble on it. I hope I'm saying that right. And she,
Oh, okay.
yeah, and she reaches down and you can see she lights something, and it slowly begins to smoke, and she starts to walk outside and swing it as she's going between, like she's walking past the guards as the two groups as they're like yelling at each other.
Wow. Well, she's quite the lady. As she leaves, I sing the dreidel, dreidel, dreidel song and just chill.
Horrible is not exactly a dreidel, but that's quite interesting.
Karn, do you have any plans to go to the memorial service for the guard that got killed? Because you said about you were going to go to the memorial service.
Absolutely. He's going to go show his face there.
Okay.
For his friends, because he's made friends with them.
Yeah.
And while he knows that he's going to be trying to pull a fast one over them, he genuinely likes those guards and feels a kinship towards fellow men at arms. He doesn't know our group had a part in their deaths, does he?
I don't think so.
Okay, how much time have we got left in the night?
The guard towers sounded their bell for the evening, so it's you've it's probably like 6, equivalent to like 6 p.m. Couple, an hour or so has passed as all this has happened.
Ryan doesn't have any particular schemes going on tonight, so he's going to take it upon himself to get up with Sinn-A-Dogg and lay out the plans already, and start actually looking like we're planning this festival Oh, by the way, Daryl, just FYI, a lot of us are playing a couple of different characters because there are a lot of threads going on. So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
playing. You can see it in my name tag on Zoom. I'm playing Orion and Torjohn, and Paul is playing Karn and Basil Wilberforce, and Wes is playing Clintok and Felix. There's a lot of threads going on to keep the various characters occupied. We'll probably, in general, we generally don't play double characters if there are lots of other people in the game. But just a side note to understand what's going on. So Ryan's going to be trying to catch up Sinn-A-Dogg on the planning and actually getting some planning done. But if Torjohn realizes that Karn is going to the memorial service, he'll volunteer himself to go along just to keep an eye on Karn and Marsh Destiny, because boy, those two are a theological argument waiting to happen.
Yeah, Marsh should definitely be going with them, I'm sure.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Torjohn will volunteer himself to go along with you if you guys don't mind.
No, he'll be glad to have his company. We'll be very glad to have you along. Good to see you showing your respects.
I understand that though brief, you did indeed impact these guards' lives a bit. So, as you say, it's nice to show respect for such things.
What do you think? I should probably leave the dog behind. I wonder if somebody could watch him for me. I'm going to have to find out what his name is very soon, I think.
I could watch your dog, Yo, yo, psh, yo, yo, walk the dog. Yo, yo.
Well, that's very kind of you. He hasn't given me his name yet, so I don't know what his name is. So far, I'm calling him Dog. He follows simple commands. He'll sit, he'll shake. He does a few other things with me I've been working on. But take him outside. There's some food. There's some kibble in the room. They can show you where I've been keeping it. The front desk has some too.
No problem. He doesn't poo too big, eh?
He's he's a pretty decent sized dog. He's a hunting dog.
Okay, no problem. I'll have to use the large sack.
Yes, you might want to take a large sack. But he's been this morning, so he's pretty regular. He'll probably go this, here pretty soon. He'll have to go.
As long as he doesn't eat people food, that's all.
No, he's a very well-behaved animal. He only eats his own food. Please don't give him any treats.
Oh, oops, a good thing you said.
Those are only for reward while training.
All right. So Karn, you're gonna go to the memorial service with is Torjohn going or no? Yeah.
Torjohn's going.
Okay.
Like I said,
And Marsh.
keep an eye on the religious
Zealots.
problems. Zealots, there's a good word.
Yeah.
Not that he would say that's hard. The real reason Torjohn's going is there are a couple of reasons. He feels a little guilty since he participated in that snafu last night. B, to see how much the people there know, and hopefully one of the things they don't know is it's him.
Once you head outside, you can see that both camps have settled down. In fact, a couple of the mayor's soldiers and the Emperor's soldiers are kind of hanging out, talking. Everybody seems to be in a decent mood. They're all exchanging they all seem to be snacking for some reason. They've got lots of snacks and they're eating. Of course, cranberry scones and various and fish on a stick, because Clinkville is a coastal town, so there's a lot of, and marshes, so there's a lot of cranberries and fish and things like that. So the three of you head to the admin district. There's a large crowd right near the Emperor's palace, Manor. And there's some people speaking. Karn and Orion, give me a D6 roll.
Orion or Torjohn?
I'm sorry, Torjohn. My bad.
Torjohn's the one there.
Yeah, Torjohn.
Yeah, Torjohn's the one there.
And I promise I'm
Or-
paying attention. I got a new character sheet for Karn and I'm coloring it in while we're talking.
Coloring it in. Okay.
It's got creatures all. Oh, it's not going to shut. There we go. It's got creatures all over it on the sheet.
So what'd you guys get?
That's some coloring pencils I'm coloring it in. I got a 5.
4.
Okay, so there's a lot of
Four.
murmuring, discussions about, I believe the soldier's name was Phil, but talking about him, they're collecting money for him, what a good soldier he was for the Emperor, and it's a very brief service. You kind of catch it as it has begun, but it was not very long. And I think his name was Newman. Spots you, Karn, and he comes up to you. Oh, I'm glad you could make it, Karn. Thank you for coming.
Indeed, of course. All of my respects for the family. I'm sure he had a wonderful family here.
Yeah, he did. We've gotten a lot of money collected for him. They should be fine. Just wish we knew who did it. What
You know of a collection for him.
yeah, I mean, but I think we're going to have some leads here pretty soon.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you know about the people who did this? The scoundrels.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but he got shot with a couple arrows.
That's
Yeah.
something of a cowardly weapon, isn't it?
There's this old you probably, I don't know if you've met this, he's this old weird kind of wizardy type guy, like he's bald and he's got a gray beard. I can't think, I don't know, he apparently hangs out at like the Sailor's Seduction all the time.
Oh, you mean is it the guy who works on all the armor and all the weapons?
Yeah,
over
yeah,
here?
him. Well, he's got,
yes.
yeah, he's got a knack for different things, but what I didn't know is that like each arrow or whatever, I mean, he claims that he could probably identify like
Oh.
where it came from.
Really, that would be very useful. If you find out who did it, these scoundrels, if you need my aid, I will be glad to help you round them up and bring them to justice.
Yeah. Well, we might just do that, Karn, because I don't know how fast we're going to move on this thing, and they may be hiding in the city somewhere among the mayor's guards, or I don't know. And you're part of, I mean, you kind of know the mayor, and you're in with him with that committee you're in, so you might be able to help us there, especially if maybe they might be hiding in his manor or under his protection. But yeah, we're supposed to go to him tomorrow sometime. Find out what, he supposedly has some ability that he'll be able to tell us, either give us a description or an idea of who did it.
Oh, that would be
Great.
excellent. Now we can run these scoundrels down. Listen, and he gives him one of the minted silvers that he has,
Oh, you don't have to do this.
and says, make sure you get this to the family. You say you get them taken care of.
Oh, I will, Karn. Thank you.
This is on behalf of the entire Thunderous Fury.
Oh, okay.
But
And
you
they-
keep it down on the low where you got that from, because apparently the Imkar's guards don't like me to have these things.
I'm one of his guards. We don't. I mean, I don't know if people hassled you about it. It's really nice. It's a nice gesture. Don't worry about it, Karn. Hold on, and you can see some of his fellow soldiers are beckoning. We've got other stuff to take care of. Thank you, Karn. And he just kind of acknowledges the other two there. I apologize for not. Sorry. Thank you for coming. And he just kind of takes off through the crowd as it begins to disperse.
All right, Mayor.
That is perfectly fine. That's okay.
Yeah.
Torjohn,
Right.
you would have heard this conversation.
Oh yeah, taking notes. Considering the best way to put Loich out of the picture,
Get them drunk.
but
Get them
First thing-
stupid into
first
sailor
thing-
seduction.
first things first. We'll have to go back to the rejuvenating bog and inform Clintok. Whenever.
Anything else you guys want to do this evening before we begin the next day? They were supposed to move Ox, but you figure actually he was going to execute Ox and Karn was going to do it, but Karn got sick. So that's a very good assumption. Ox
And the
did not
mayor
get
got
executed.
sick.
I'm gonna go try and see the mayor and make sure he's okay.
Okay.
Clintok, that is.
Okay. You or anybody else going with you?
I don't know. Is anyone still left around?
Yeah, well,
Ryan. Right?
Sinn-A-Dogg
No,
there is
Ryan-
watch.
Oh,
Sim-
Orion's working with Sinn-A-Dogg on the actual party planning.
yeah.
Okay.
And it looks like they're doing their job.
All right.
And sorry to sequester your character, Daryl, but it's what Orion would do. So there'll be more adventures later. And of course, Torjohn is out finding out exactly how screwed we are.
You pass a couple, there's a couple checkpoints on the way to the mayor's manor.
Oh, when I step outside, I will ask for an escort. I'll say to one of the first guards, doesn't matter if it's the Imker or the mayor's guards, and I'll say, can you believe somebody tried to poison the mayor and the party planning committee? These people are against fun.
It's and the guard comes over
God.
to you. One of the mayor's guards comes over to you, goes, this just isn't cool.
Thankfully, an apothecary heard about this and stopped by and has relieved me from my pain. But I wonder
Yeah.
if the mayor has received the same treatment.
Oh, the mayor's probably fine. You mean that nice, you mean Orthia, yeah, that nice lady went by and I swear she had that thing on the chain. Anyway, you don't happen to have like some scones or snacks on you, do you? Because I'm out. Kind of hungry for some reason. I just
Well, I don't have any scones, but I will happily give you some rations that I have.
oh,
And-
nice.
And if you and some of your friends wouldn't mind accompanying me to the mayor, you never
Oh,
know if he's
yeah.
out at this time.
Oh, a night like tonight would be wonderful. Can we make a couple stops? I think I'm trying to think if there's a couple places open to eat. Just quick
Oh,
bite,
but-
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. By all means,
Okay.
we should stop for a bite.
Okay, good.
But you and I don't know, 20 of your closest friends.
I got more than that, but I guess I'll have to be choosy tonight.
Yeah, we gotta, can't let it just everyone.
Yeah, so he just goes, let's go. And there's just a mixed bag of Emker and mayor soldiers just in a cluster, just kind of following you to the mayor's. And every so often, a couple of them will break off and like head towards a different part of town to a potential tavern or inn that may be open. And by the time you get to the mayor's, there is about 5 of them left as they're following you. And you're greeted by 2 of the mayor's guards. It's like, whoa, hold on. What you here for?
Oh, I'm just checking to see if the mayor is all right.
He is fine. He's sequestered right now. He's getting medical treatment. He no visitors at this point.
Okay, no visitors, but please pass along that the party planning committee is very sorry about this evening's events, and we will make sure that the party continues as if nothing had happened.
Just between you and me, did someone give him some sandals to wear?
There was some weird mix-up with somebody's shoes. I don't remember exactly what happened, and the mayor fancied himself some sandals. Something about making them freer.
When he passed by, I'm telling you, the smell was so bad. And apparently, from what I've heard, he has refused to take them off.
Oh, maybe that is what poisoned everyone.
Some sort of foot fungus.
Basil's shoes.
Well, nonetheless, I hope when he's sleeping this evening, you can remove them and throw them out.
No, I value my life. I mean, that's for the people in the manor that go worry about it. I'm glad I'm out here in the open air.
Wise choice.
Yeah, we'll pass along the party planning committee, and we heard that things were getting kind of rowdy down at the rejuvenating bog. Hopefully we don't have to go down there and back those guys up.
I think everyone has sorted themselves out. Not exactly sure what happened, but all sides seem to calm down after the craziness.
Wow, this usually happens on a full moon, but that's tomorrow night, so I guess things are starting early. I don't know.
I know the mayor had planned to do some festivities this evening, and I wonder what happened to the rest of the event that was planned. I believe the prisoner was to be executed. Did he make his way back, or where did they send him? Are we still on?
I heard that they were going to move him to the prison, but everything has stopped because apparently there was some kind of thing they were going to execute him, but then they didn't. But everything's in a holding pattern because they got some kind of memorial service going on, and they've been working on the prison, and then now we got this poisoning. So everybody's just kind of taking a pause. I think tomorrow there's supposed to be some meetings or something. I don't know, whatever those admin types do.
Okay, well, if there's any, I mean, I'm sure the mayor will send for the party planning committee, but in the event that he has a memory lapse, can you have somebody send a runner with a message? Just let us know.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Yeah, and we're really looking forward to this thing. It's kicking off in like less than 2 days now, so it's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, I'll drop 50 silver pieces in his hand.
So unless
sorry, not silver pieces. No, sorry. Copper. There we go.
Okay. Hey, I appreciate it. Thanks. Okay, will do. Clintok, is it right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Thanks. You didn't get
so-
poisoned, did you?
Yes, but I'm not sure which was worse, the poison or this awful rice cake that I ate afterwards.
Tell me about it. Yeah. Okay.
But, I was wondering, is there a good place for me and my friends to find a drink around here and maybe some food?
Oh yeah. Goblin's Den's still kicking it. The mayor's Manor's like on one side. You're right at the edge of the Scholar District, and that's where the Goblin's Den was. You've been in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Thank you. I'm glad that some place is still open around here. All right,
Oh, yeah.
what do you say, guys? Goblin's Den? And I'll yell back
Oh,
to them.
phew. Yeah. Never thought you'd ask.
All right, head of the Goblin's Den.
Okay. Yeah, and you have 4 mayor soldiers and 1 Emker soldier. They're all chatting, talking, and you head through the marble buildings of the university area to the Goblin's Den that has, it's got Goblin's Den painted on the window, and it's a small. It looks again, as I described, looks like a gust of wind knocked this place down. It's loud and rowdy. As the students are all drinking, and there's signs about the free beer that's going to happen in a couple of days. Everybody's talking. You go in and you have a seat, and they come by with some lemon mead and some cranberry scones. And you see Remy in her usual table in the corner, like there's a bunch of books and she's just like flipping through pages and stuff. And looks like she's got a drink. There's nobody else with her. She's like by herself.
All right. Well, I'll slap a couple of gold coins down on the table.
Oh, yeah.
And say, all right, scones and drinks for you guys. I've got some business to attend to.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Oh man, nice way to get rid of all the guards.
And I will walk over to Remy.
Okay, yeah, she is just like she's got a stack of like books, and you see her, she's writing something down. She looks up, oh, Clintok. Great, good to see you.
You happened to speak to an apothecary recently?
Apothecary? You mean the only one I've talked to is Orthia? Why?
All right. Well, just checking to make sure she was on the up and up.
Oh yeah, she's real nice. I've talked to her about a lot of stuff. She's unique, but all apothecaries are kind of unique because they got to try what they make.
Yeah. Although don't want to get too high on the supply.
Yeah, no kidding.
But what are you looking at there?
Oh, I'm just finishing up the work on the that I got to turn in at the university. So just like finalizing everything so I can submit it. Oh, I know what I needed to tell you. Have you heard of somebody named Castle Strong?
Can't say I have.
Well, he's like a famous adventurer type, but he's in town for these like the arm wrestling or feats of strength or something. He came in as part of the festival. I don't think he's participating in any of that, but he's going to be at the Greasy Fly tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
If you could go and talk to him and ask him, because he was there when the War of the Gods happened, where we're going, like past the mountains and into that area. And he has been on the Infinite Road as well. So he may know some stuff. I don't think he would mention anything to me because he probably would just dismiss me as just some kid. But he's more likely to talk to you guys, your adventurers.
Yeah. I'll stop by the Greasy Fly and see if I can get any details out of him.
Yeah, because that would really help us.
Well, go on.
And I'm working up, what to pay you guys. If you guys are still interested, I figured you were, but.
Oh, by all means. Yeah. Where's your companion that's normally with you?
Oh, Crispin.
At least last time.
Oh, yeah. He's him and my dad went and they're having dinner or something about. He wanted to talk to him about something. I don't know. I got work to get done. I ain't got, I don't know what they're doing.
All right. Well, I'll leave you to it.
Okay.
And then I will wander off into the darkness by myself.
Yes, the guards don't even seem to care. They are drinking their lemon mead, enjoying chatting, having wonderful conversation. Scones abound. And probably even playing a game of darts with some of the local students. It's a wonderful time here at the Goblin's Den.
Would the place that was silvering weapons for us be open still?
You mean where Loich is?
Yeah, right.
Maybe he's in. It's kind of late, at least for him to be working.
Sure.
So, I mean, you could go by there. He might be there, he might not.
Yeah, I'll swing by, see if he's there.
All right, give me a D6 roll.
2.
There is a light on, very faint. But if you come up to the door, you can see it says closed, but you see a figure, sort of, you can just see the shadow of somebody, like he's like by a lamp light doing something.
I'll just lightly rap on the door.
Okay. There is no answer. The big crystal blade.
I'll knock a little heavier.
You see somebody stand up and come hobbling over, and he kind of looks through, like, moves some of the shade aside, and he unlocks the door. Oh, it's Clintok. How are you?
Doing better. Well, I have been better, is what I mean to say. I was wondering if any of our stuff is done. I think you're going to be done with it this evening.
Oh, yes. The silvered weapons you requested, I've completed them. The kunai, however, is a bit tricky. But I can give them to you if you wish.
Sure.
So he starts to collect all the weapons that you had silvered, kind of puts them in like a stack so you can carry them.
Can you wrap them up in something nondescript first, please?
Oh, of course. Yes, discretion is always important.
Something tells me what.
So he starts wrapping up in like some kind of cloth, some kind of like knit sack or something. I heard there's quite a hubbub up at the rejuvenating bog, but something about the mayor.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mess. Some like fiends poisoned the party planning committee and the mayor.
Oh, what kind of devilish creature would do such a thing? And he looks straight at you. Oh, I know you would doubt anything. You
Somebody
never know.
that hates fun, I imagine.
Of course. Here.
What were you working on before I got here?
Oh, just doing some quick reading, of course. This kunai is being a bit of persnickety.
All right, well, I can always come back for it later.
Oh yes, you don't have to. I certainly don't want this thing around. I don't appreciate its conversation.
Oh, yikes! Talkative, ugh, the worst. Well, we already paid, so I'm out of here.
Oh yes. Oh, have a pleasant evening.
I will awkwardly haul back all of the weaponry.
Yes. Yeah, it's a laundry list of shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm for sure you were going to try to kill him.
Technically, he doesn't know yet.
Right.
Right.
Torjohn's going to get back to the rejuvenating bog and find out that Clintok is out and sort of be hanging out, waiting for him to come back.
So yeah, you carrying back 2 shields, 20 arrows, a dagger, 2 swords, another dagger, some brass knuckles, and a short sword. It's all the shit you're lugging in the sack. All right, you return to the rejuvenating bog. Let's see, we got Orion. You want to do some stuff with Sinn-A-Dogg there, or do you want to wait for everybody to come back?
I don't know how much we can role play. I mean, just
right.
Party planning isn't something we, exactly have role played before. So, I mean, it's just one of those. The reason my character did it is it's on the to-do list, and we need to make like we're actually doing it to, in order to.
Did you order the
Instead of
little
what we're actually
napkin?
doing, which is
Order the little tiny. I told you to order the little tiny napkins. What happened? Please forgive me. I am sorry, sir. I am prone to micromanaging. I will try to be better.
I'm gonna like Sinn-A-Dogg.
Anything you want to do before we roll into the next day?
obviously Torjohn's going to have the meeting with Clintok that night.
Before the end of that night, we do some party planning. Sinn-A-Dogg wants to blow off some steam, so does a little karaoke and sings this song. If you could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts could tell.
All right. Yeah, you could do some karaoke down at you could probably do it in the actually you do the karaoke outside with the soldiers, so they are having a grand old time. It's turned, instead of turning into what could have been a riot between two groups, has turned into some sort of strange festival here this evening. The Sinn-A-Dogg karaokeing.
I call this a win. Win, Alex.
All right, Daryl, give me a D12 roll.
6.
It is now the 14th. This is the day of rest and prayer. So most businesses are closed, though some, like Loich, should probably be open. He's going to be there. It is fairly warm in the morning. It's going to be a pleasant day in the 50s, partly cloudy. So Daryl, there's these guard towers that go around Clinkville, and in the morning, like when the sun comes up, each tower will hit a particular tone, and then they'll hit it again when they have changed, when the guards have changed, and all the towers will hit when they're done. So you know that it's kind of like changing of the guard, and sort of like when the sun comes up. So when the sun goes down, they do the same thing. So it's 7 minutes between the first one and the second one as the official change has happened. It is now the morning of the 14th. Tonight is supposed to be a full moon. And for the players, you know what that means. As far as you know, Ox has not been moved. You wake up to a lot of yelling outside. You find out that it's both the mayor's guards and the Emperor's guards, supervisors, or other people have showed up and are chewing their prospective soldiers out and yelling at them. And they're like marching them off to go do something else, and other soldiers are showing up.
Torjohn had the quick talk with Clintok. And let's see, who else was on that little misadventure? Basil Wilberforce was.
Yeah.
I'll drag him in too, and basically once we get a nice private room, catch him up on the fact that apparently Loich is some sort of, arrow whisperer and can supposedly ID where arrows come from by looking at the composition and fletching, and that's happening today.
Oh, no.
Which, who knows how good he actually is, but that's why I'm telling you, we need to think this out, maybe come up with something to counter this. If nothing else, Clintok, you probably want to ditch your arrows.
I mean, wouldn't the easiest thing to do is just creep up behind him and stab him in the back? No more Loich, no more problem.
We don't know how tough he is. Remember the last guy we tried to knock out quietly, who turned out to be, a little more than we could handle? You do remember that, don't you?
I do remember that, and I do remember that Karn just went up to him and asked him for the favor, and he did it. You think Karn could ask him to just not identify the arrows?
I think that would be suspicious as hell. That's why I'm asking for, ideas here.
Is there a fire?
Don't know what we can do.
Is there a fireplace?
What?
Is there a fireplace in your room? Did you get one of the private rooms?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a fireplace in there.
Okay. Well, looks like I have some kindling, and I'll just start breaking the arrows in half. Well, okay.
Maybe we could bribe Loich.
Nah, it's done. I guess I'll just have to stab people until we get to some place where I can buy arrows again safely.
I don't know. What's the chance that other characters' arrows were bought at the same time or from the same place? That could be problematic.
Nah,
I'm pretty sure Basil's weren't.
I don't think our arrow purchases have overlapped very much. I ain't quite the stockpile.
I can't think of any other examples either myself. I mean, I can't think that that's likely myself, but trying to close the loopholes before some stupid divination nails us by accident,
Right. I mean, maybe he can tell, looking at the arrows, if he could be looking at the production of the arrows, but what if he's got some kind of magic that's just going to lead him back to the person who shot the arrow?
In which case we're clearly screwed.
Yeah, I'll deal with it when it happens, if it happens.
Oh, don't let Karn find out.
Oh, no. Karn will be none the wiser, don't you worry.
He'll be mad.
Karn's best kept, not privy to the things that are a little bit unsavory.
Karn's a mushroom, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, we keep him in the dark and we cover him with crap.
He is a really bright, shiny mushroom.
Yeah, he's a really bright, shiny mushroom who keeps jumping in between us and 8-foot-tall, not-in ogres with clubs, and then healing us. So, yeah, want to keep the bright, shiny mushroom happy.
And what about our new friend? Oh shit, he left.
Apparently, he's quite the party guy, but he and Orion hold up and are actually doing party planning.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I was stuck underground for the last few years. I can't help you with that.
But I wonder if maybe he might know anything about it.
Probably better to leave them unknown about these recent events.
Let's not introduce him to our unsavory side too fast here.
Unsavory? I thought you guys were all sweet.
Of course we are. Of course we are. Of course we are.
Oh, I was just
All
walking.
right.
I heard something about you all just talking. So what else are we going today?
And what are we going to do today? What's the plans? We've got the full moon coming tonight. Ox is going to be a were. What is he? A were rat?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a were rat. So he's going to go were rat when the full moon rises. And we're going to be doing. We're going to be trying to get our friend freed tonight.
What about the beer situation?
Today's the day we're supposed to sink the Lucky Strike.
It's actually tomorrow.
Okay, the jailbreak's tonight. I thought we were trying to sink the Lucky Strike before the jailbreak.
No, we had to there's this issue where we had to delay a little bit.
Okay.
Which we were trying to figure out exactly how we were gonna hide Ox during that moment.
Not only that, we were trying to get the Cuthbert cultists to sink the Lucky Strike as a blow against as a blow against the party atmosphere there. Don't
Yeah.
remember how well that was going.
Get rid of the sinner's main source of sin, the alcohol. Yeah. And that's going to distract them at the docks. We've got the other ship that's going to launch from the docks, which is one possible way for us to get out. And then there's another road out of town, right?
Yeah, worst case scenario.
Yeah, that's our backup plan. But we're going to try to free Ox and then hide for the night until the next day.
Well, I've said that if we waited to the full moon, he could free himself.
Correct. And he's still at the tower. But it's probably worth a quick visit to see what, if anything, has happened with the prisoner, quote unquote. Because we do have an execution to follow through on.
Yeah, Karn's supposed to execute Ox. What time is he supposed to do the execution?
Well, you were supposed to do it yesterday when the mayor came over, but now he got sick, so there's no telling.
Well, if he tries to do it, then we ought to try to convince him to do it at midnight or something like that. Stroke of midnight. Perfect time.
I'm feeling something significant about this midnight, but it is going beyond me.
Oh, well, you see, we're trying to free our friend Ox, and we want to make sure that the moon is up because he's going to turn into a rat. And then when he's a rat, he can probably get himself free on his own. And Karn, our other friend, is supposed to execute him, but he's really our boss.
Is there some way to make this boss wear a hat made of cheese?
I don't know. Do you have a hat made of cheese?
I'm sure something could be bought.
Well, there was a place around here. What do you do with a hat made of cheese?
Well, I'm thinking of some way to convince this, how do you say, were-rat to munch the head of this person, you know?
Oh, well, no, our boss is the were-rat, the one we're trying to free.
Oh, see, okay.
See, our boss is named Ox, and he's the head of the ship, and we all come from that ship. And so he came here to town, and they arrested him for piracy. Only, he's not really a pirate. And then they said to our friend Karn, "What would you do with a pirate?" And Karn said, "Well, I'd put him to the sword, of course." And well, then they said, "Well, here, we'll have you put this guy to the sword, but it's our boss." But then we found out he can turn into a rat during the full moon, and maybe he could get himself free.
And of course, they know you and know the rest of the group.
Yeah.
I learned from Remy last night, who I ran into, that a certain well-traveled adventurer is going to be in town for the feats of strength. Supposedly knows a lot, so going to stop by the Greasy Fly at some point today. I don't know, whoever wants to come along is welcome.
Greasy Fly, that sounds like my kind of place. Basil loves the idea of something greasy.
Outside of that, hear all your things, and I'll pull out the giant trove of nonsense. Be like, and here's for you, and for you, and for you. You get a silver item. You get a silver item.
Oh yeah. I think you got 2 shields in case one got destroyed or something.
Yes, because we had a destroyed shield app, and I was like, "Oh, we're gonna need a spare." Yeah, Karn got 2 shields now. Basil got 10 of the arrows silvered. Okay.
And I got a spear and a dagger there.
He already had a silver arrow and a silver dagger, so now he's got 11.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't know when I was creating the character that silver was going to be.
Yeah.
something
Oh yeah. Another
high.
thing, Daryl, that in this world it goes copper and gold. Silver is extremely rare, so you usually don't find silver pieces. But They were in the Underdark, and Karn found some minted silver pieces, so they're extremely valuable. And that's what he was using to silver the weapons.
Okay, we should put them in our stacker vault, I guess, immediately.
I mean, if you ask him for some, he'll probably give them to you because he's just basically giving them away.
Well, I asked if I could use them if I need to do some damage. I could throw some silver pieces at this rat.
Oh, well, these have been used for that's not quite what you use a silver piece for. We don't want to throw it at this rat. I mean, that's our boss, right? Actually, Karn wouldn't be there. He isn't privy to this discussion because he doesn't know about the
But my
he doesn't
friend,
know that Clintok was the one that killed one of his friends.
I have heard in legends you can never trust any of these where or when or why creatures, you know?
We work for him, and he's the one that makes sure that we get paid, and we go from place to, well, not always get paid, I guess.
Okay, well, as long as he doesn't kill us on payday, everything's cool.
As long as he doesn't kill us.
I know my last
Payday.
boss wanted to do that on my payday, but hey, you know.
Oh, you must have gotten him really mad.
Well, he doesn't, let's just say he doesn't like micromanagement. I'll leave it at that.
Well, you'll have to micromanage some things for me one of these days. But we really don't want to throw silver at the rat because that might get him upset. And, well, you know, then maybe he would try to kill us on payday.
We gotta check and see if our boss is still in jail. And we gotta check in on this adventurer and find out what he knows about the God's War and the Infinite Road or whatever that thing is. How do you want to do this, guys?
Well, we've got to go to the Greasy Fly.
Probably in the evening at some point in time.
Okay.
Well, I assume that's when our adventurer will be there. I mean, unless he's a drunkard there both times.
He's an adventurer.
That's a good question.
I
bring up a
mean,
good point.
You know, adventure hard, play hard.
Yeah.
We've got to do that. Do we have any prep that we have to do, or are we just going to wing this when it comes time to Ox to get executed?
That's a good question. If that blade is pretty scarce, that might delay things. I don't know if you want to say it was stolen or something. If push comes to shove.
Has the mayor even seen that special blade?
Oh yeah, that was what.
You mean the sword that was given to Karn? The mayor gave it to him.
Yeah,
Mayor gave it.
The mayor gave it to him. Oh darn! Well,
Yeah, he kind of knows. If Karn has to, I guess he'll just have to chop off Ox's head then.
that's one way. That's one way to tender your resignation.
Sorry, boss. I quit. I'm sure we've all had a boss we'd like to quit like that from. Anyway.
So what's the first place?
I think to go check on what's going on with the execution.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to head to the tower, or you're going to head to the mayor's manor?
To the tower to scope things out. I think
Okay.
makes sense.
Are you, I take it you're headed to the southern tower to see try to inquire to find out if Ox is still in jail there? In prison?
Yeah, mostly just scope out what the security looks like currently.
Okay. So you exit outside. There are two groups. There's the mayor's force, which is about 25, 30 soldiers. Some of them are getting yelled at still. And then there's like a dozen of the Emperor soldiers that are in like exact formation and just standing there. There is a large ape there in some kind of cloak. It is purple with some runes on it, and his hands crossed, and just kind of he's eyeballing the soldiers, and then he kind of turns as you guys begin to exit and is watching you as you are leaving, as you are leaving the rejuvenating bog and heading which you would head west and then south to where this tower is. As you're doing that, coming up the road are four of the the Emperor's soldiers with a woman in tow. And you would recognize this woman as Orthia. Like they're flanking her, and two of the soldiers are carrying like sacks of stuff. And she looks very irritated. And she's just like, she's got a cloak and a shawl over her, and she's just kind of, you can see she's just yelling at them like, what's the meaning of this? What do you think you're doing?
Oh,
And they're coming up the road. Look like they're heading to the bog as you guys are coming down the road.
So obviously we need to stop, and I think the soldiers are probably not going to say anything, but Orion, well, actually, let's see, who got cured? Orion didn't get cured, but he saw her yesterday. He's like, hey, Orthia, thanks for the help yesterday. What's going on? Are you okay?
This is ridiculous. These soldiers came in here this morning, disturbed my prayers, confiscated various items that they need to look at. For whatever reason, I'm not sure. And the soldier just like, they don't say anything, they kind of stop as she kind of stops and she kind of looks at you. She's like, I don't know what the meaning of this. I don't know what the Emperor is up to.
So Orion will say, really, guys, I mean, she helped cure some of the party planning committee yesterday. This is most unusual. What's going on?
We're just following orders.
What orders?
The orders that we were given.
Well, why would the person who clearly saved the party planning committee have anything to do with the crime?
Who said this is about crime?
Because you guys are hauling her around against her will?
Well, she needs to be somewhere. And she's got some things to answer for, apparently. I don't know. We're just told what we needed to do.
Well, the planning committee will not stand for harassment, so we will follow and find out whatever orders have been given. This young lady here saved our lives last night. Without her, the party would be nowhere.
Oh, I love it.
Basil fades back just a little bit, and he's trying to make himself inconspicuous.
Okay. So do you follow her back to wherever they're going?
Yep.
Yeah.
Or at least I will.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go. I'll
Okay.
go.
So yeah, it's not very far. I mean, you didn't get very far down the road. You marched right back to Rejuvenating Bog to where the Accursed soldiers are in formation, and that ape standing there with his robes kind of looks and he sees you following behind. And the soldiers come over and he takes the bags and just dumps all her shit out like on this front lawn area. And he starts to look at it. She just looks pissed.
That's not cool.
I'm sure you could have just asked for her to make another truth serum.
He looks at you and says, I don't think I solicited any commentary from you.
I didn't realize that there was something preventing me from speaking. I thought you wanted me to speak.
Don't you have parties to plan or
man.
something?
Well, yes, and this lady is an integral part of our party now.
Well, you're going to need a replacement.
And why is that?
Because she'll be with us for a while. I have some questions to ask her.
Great.
Do I really need to go get the mayor's writ of notice that this woman is part of the party planning committee's necessary appropriations?
Oh, I'd like to see this notice. Please bring it to me.
Very well, then. And I will wave over to any number of the guards from the palace guards that I've like fed over the last couple of days.
Yeah.
I'll wait for one of them to come over this way if they do.
Yeah, one of the mayor's guards, jogs over as you're kind of waving to him. He kind of looks back to make sure it's okay, because you can see that whoever's in charge of the mayor's guards are kind of watching him, and he kind of nods. Like, okay. Oh, yes.
I have a important and timely message that needs to get to the mayor. The Imker and his guard are holding up the party planning committee. They've now taken possession of this woman and refused to release her or even speak as to what they want from her. What I would like is if you could send this message to the mayor and ask that she be relieved of her sentence or imprisonment from these people, and that she be allowed to employ her craft, which is a necessary part of the party planning committee, especially after last night. We can't let anyone possibly be poisoned, and this here lady, artisan, will be making sure that that doesn't happen to anyone else.
Okay. And he kind of looks back over at his supervisor, and he kind of jogs over there, talks to his supervisor, and his supervisor just points in the direction of where the mayor's manor is, and the guy just takes off in a full sprint.
Great. Ah, wonderful.
Does Clintok have any magic items on him?
He has one magic item.
I'm trying to remember what that was.
It's a gold monocle that allows me to see magic items.
Okay. So it's Clintok, Orion, Basil, and Sinn-A-Dogg are out here. What magic items does Basil have?
I don't think he has any.
Okay. You didn't end up with the spider hat. That's Karn's, right? The spider hat?
That's Karn. Yeah.
Okay. Orion, does he have any magic items?
As far as what he would carry around,
Right.
he's got unknown clerical spells book we found in an old temple, but he wouldn't carry around that with him day to day.
Right.
He's got the 9-armed figurine from the temple.
Yeah.
And that gives him +2 to death saves. So yeah, he'd probably be carrying that around in his backpack. And he's got the didgers in green glowing goop that give him control water.
Yep.
And actually he'd probably be carrying that around too. I mean, this is a coastal town that could come in handy. So yeah, 2 items.
Okay.
Basil's got an opal pendant, but I don't know if that's magic or not. We never found out whether it was magic or not.
The opal pendant. I don't think so.
Okay.
Because Felix got the thing that was magical. Yeah.
And he's got a couple of scrolls. When he said that, I realized scrolls would be a magic item.
Okay, so everybody give me a wisdom roll. So you want to roll a d20 and get under your wisdom score, whatever it is.
Okay.
Matched my wisdom at 11.
With a roll of 17 and a wisdom of 6, that's not happening.
Just completely up to you, of course, but just a reminder, we have a hustle point.
Yes, that's right. You have a free reroll, but it is worth 100 experience points if you don't use it.
Considering I rolled a 19, I'm actually going to go ahead and burn that damn hustle point. And now I rolled a 2. So, yes, well under my wisdom.
What's the roll?
So you're rolling a d20. Whatever your wisdom score is, your goal is to roll under that.
I matched my wisdom at 11.
Okay.
with an 11.
That's good.
Okay, I matched mine exactly.
Okay, so Clintok is engaged in this discussion with the soldier and figuring out just getting the mayor down here and resolving the situation. Basil and Orion, you notice that ape with the robes, he puts a monocle on and he starts to look, you can see him eyeballing you. Sinn-A-Dogg, you have been in Clinkville long enough to know that he begins to look over the group for magic items. And you would also know that they have the right to confiscate any magic items they wish at any point in time. And you would, I would say, a fair leap that he's not just doing it for show, that probably in a matter of moments, he is going to start walking over and sending the soldiers over to start confiscate things.
Okay.
I'll tug on Clintok's arm and go, maybe it's time to go for a little bit.
Well, I have a party to plan, and then I stomp off quickly.
Follow, of course.
Yeah.
All right.
Sinn-A-Dogg is out. Hold on to your shackles, boys.
All right. So let's do an initiative roll.
Uh-oh.
Oopsie.
Dropping numbers as we go into initiative.
Go first, because I think I have the highest bonus.
Okay.
Or equal
All right.
bonus. I got a 5.
I rolled a 6.
Nice. Good job.
That the ape with his hands crossed, wearing the monocle, one of his soldiers is going through the stuff on the ground. There are, and I said there's like 12 other soldiers here that were already hanging out. He grabs the 3 that he had with him, and each of them, a soldier begins to head in your direction. And you hear him say, well, I hope you have some paperwork for the items that you have on you. Let's see them.
Didn't we have something that the mayor gave us?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. I mean, my character will stop and start hauling out his paperwork because, fighting a couple of dozen amateur soldiers isn't on the agenda for today or any day, really.
Right.
Orion starts taking out his paperwork.
I'll do the same.
Okay.
Same.
So you hand the soldiers your paperwork. It's like a little strip of paper from the mayor. You can see him smile as he's brought over this paper, like he's probably seen these before. He says, don't worry, we just need to have these verified. Have a seat. Might be a while. And he takes them and he sends one of the soldiers who begins a leisurely stroll. He is headed like he is in no hurry. Begins walking towards the banner.
Right. They're holding us up.
Not much we can do while they're doing that, is there? Except run.
Could somebody send for the playwrights?
What?
The Clinkville Theater?
No.
I still have a party to plan.
Yeah. You got isn't this part of your committee right here?
Yes.
Yeah, you could plan right here. You can do it outside, inside.
We've already had our morning meeting, and now we need to get updates on progress.
Okay.
But
Would
he's
you
trying to
so
say
kindly
we got places to be.
send for the playwrights? It is only fair. I'm doing my work, you are doing your work. We can all coexist.
Give me a 2d6 roll, add your charisma.
8.
He looks at one of the guards and he says, you heard him. Go back to the barracks and send another dozen soldiers. And the guy just takes off running.
Send another dozen?
All of this.
And he just
Great. You just managed to sick him on the second Clinkville Theater or whatever.
That's all right. They can manage. And then I will
All right.
sit down outside somewhere, preferably
Yeah.
in the sun.
Yeah, it's a nice day. I mean, luckily it is a nice day.
Orion will say, well, I understand we are indeed under detention, but I would like to be under detention over there, pointing more towards the ape. And unless the soldier just flat out stops me or draws steel, I'm going to walk that way.
Sure, it's your choice. Okay, so you walk over to where the ape guy is, yeah?
Well, actually, where I'm heading is the rejuvenating bog. And I understand if I duck in, they're probably going to stop me. But is there somebody like standing outside or, no?
No, just think of an entrance to a building and like a walkway, and there's grass on either side, and both groups are on either side. So, if you were to like head towards the way and like sprint for the door,
I don't want to make them react. I was just hoping to get close enough to the rejuvenating bog to see. So it's not, there's nobody standing outside like a doorman or whatever.
Correct,
right?
correct.
Well, I'll get close. I'll head that way until somebody gives me the dirty eyeball and basically stand outside and use my projecting voice, hello, the rejuvenating bog. Can you send Brucon out, please?
Yeah, the door opens and the elf Brucon comes running out. He's like, I'm sorry. Oh, when he looks, he's like, oh. I'm sorry I missed you guys this morning.
No problem.
I was eating some fish stew.
No problem. The moment, could you inform the rest of our party on the inside that we are being delayed by the Accursed guards, and because they want to verify the magic item receipts that we got, just keeping them informed.
Okay. And he kind of looks cautiously at the ape, and the soldier's like, I hope you don't snatch me up. Okay. And then he runs back into the rejuvenating bog. Door closes. Torjohn, Felix, and Karn. Yeah, Brucon comes in and tells you that your associates have been detained outside, and they are he says that they're questioning their right to hold the magic items.
Well, Torjohn, who does not have any magic items, will go ahead and wander out and go talk to probably Orion to find out what's going on. And Orion will, of course, tell him this is a power play. They're deliberately holding us up here. We got things we need to check on. You know what they are. See if you can break out of this. Little problem and go check on stuff for us.
Felix says, of course, I will put away my things and be on my way.
So yeah, and of course, depending, I don't know, Karn has his items, so I don't know if he wants to drop them and join us, but seems like Torjohn and Felix are going to see if they can break out of this little trap.
Now, isn't this the kind of thing that you don't want Karn going on?
Well, we just want to check on our captain, for one,
Mm-hmm.
which is, you know, Karn
Yeah,
will know. I mean, that's something Karn needs to know
Karn
anyway.
knows about that one.
And the other one is checking on the adventurer at the Goblin's Den, who's going to show up at the Goblin's Den, and make sure that, and ask him about the Infinite Road and the War of the Gods, see if we can't get more information. So both of those are on the up and up.
Okay, he'll leave his magic items there at the rejuvenating bog. I don't know if they've got safe in the room or someplace where he can safely.
You have stored stuff with the guy at the front desk who is pretty trustworthy. So Brucon also says that there is a back entrance. Not that he's saying that there's a back entrance, but there's a back entrance to the bog if you wish to go that way and keep your items in question. He would say that you probably don't want to go out there and provoke them anymore because they're not in the mood.
Okay. Well, Torjohn doesn't care. He doesn't
Right.
have any magic.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
But
he'll go along.
They might.
He'll go along with the group. He quite agrees with the "Thou shalt not provoke the guards anymore." And well, guys, shall we wander out the back exit then? Shall we send Brucon out the back exit first? Make sure there are no guards sitting there, and then wander out the back exit.
That sounds like a plan.
Brucon looks out and he's like, we're clear. Karn, are you okay? Because Karn moves at half speed, so you could use your horse to just walk.
I was just going to ask if I was still at half speed or not.
Oh, yeah, you are till you'll be full health day 31. We're at day 14.
That long. Okay.
Yeah, we haven't gotten many days in.
Wow, that's a couple of weeks. Yeah, he'll try to get his horse if he can so he can move at normal speed.
And Marsh comes out, and Marsh is like got a lot of your stuff, and he's pulling the horse, holding on to it as you're on there, and you guys begin to head down the road away from the group. You can kind of spy like a couple people like in front of the bog, but you're gone. You head down past the temple district, which you are in, into the merchant district. Most of the places are closed. There's only but there are people out and about, like walking, probably have been to some sort of service at, for the ape spirits in the morning, or a meeting, getting together. You see a lot of people holding candles because they do that during the Festival of Light in the past, but this is going to be much more than lighting candles and pushing away the darkness. You come up to a small coffee shop it's more like a coffee shack that is like closed.
Gotcha.
And probably 40 yards from there is the tower that you were told Ox was at. Now, you were also told that they don't normally put people in the tower, but he's like a unique case, and they just kind of wanted to keep him away from the rest of the population, so he was kind of kept, somewhere else. So you're right there at the coffee shack. You can see that there are 2 guards outside this southern tower.
Does Karn recognize either of them?
Guards from this distance, no.
Okay. I guess he would try to get closer and see if he knows anybody there.
Give me
Maybe
a D.
we would have bought him some food.
Give me a D6 roll.
4.
Yeah, you're getting closer. You don't recognize them. They're just standing there with their spears, like in, doing their guard thing. You can hear the water, the ocean behind them, and see the ships on the shore, on the water.
What do you think?
Well, shall we get closer and get that update that we needed?
Yeah. And we can just flat out introduce ourselves as party planning and check on the prisoner. I mean,
Karn is supposed to be executing him tonight, right? Or at least he thinks so. Or
Maybe.
He's supposed to be executing him. So
well, it's timing up in the air at the moment.
yeah. But it would be
But,
natural for him to want to make sure that prisoner's there, right? Everything's still
Yep.
go.
Of course, Karn, it would be natural for you to check and make sure the prisoner is there. As Torjohn pats him on the back.
Certainly they've heard of Karn at this point. The other guys have talked about him at least a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll go up to him.
Okay. So you're going up to him. Marsh is with you. You're coming up on your horse. They kind of stand there at the ready. And they see you come up, and then they're just like, yes, who goes there?
Greeting, friends. It is Karn Stone. I'm supposed to be performing an execution sometime here very soon on a prisoner you have in there.
We don't know anything about a prisoner, but and he looks at the other one. He's like, Karn, yeah, we've heard about you.
Yes. Maybe you know my friend Newman.
Newman. Oh yeah. We used to hang out at the academy together. Okay. Yeah.
That's a good man, that Newman. That it really is. It was my understanding that you were keeping, of course, about the Festival of Light is now this year the Festival of Justice with this free beer stuff. I won't say the way that everybody else has been saying, but
I will. Free fucking beer.
I mean, I understand that's going to be an exciting thing for many of you. Although you should watch out for that. But
they both look at each other like, this guy is for real, really. This is what we've heard is true.
Oh yes, indeed, very much so. The path to easy sin is led by alcohol. So, but it was, we're going to have the Festival of Justice this year, and that pirate guy. Ox, I think his name is. He was supposed to be executed by this sword that the mayor gave me. And I was understanding that you were keeping him here, and I wanted to make sure. I heard there was some shenanigans around here the other night. I wanted to make sure everything was well and safe and good.
Well, I don't know what prisoner you're talking about, but yeah, I mean, everything's okay. You'll be able to do what you need to do.
Okay, nobody's been broken out of there, no escapes, no funny stuff happening.
He's about to speak, and then you hear there's like about 20 feet up, there's a small window that opens. The guy sticks his head out and he's like, what's going on out here? You get out of here. You two shut up. Move on. He's pointing at you. Go on. Get going.
What have I done to offend thee, friend? I mean, I'm supposed to be executing one of your prisoners.
What? Yeah. Yeah. Well, you've got to. You mean the one pulling that horse? That'd be the first one I'd do. Get you and you're like out of this area.
Well, that's not very friendly. I'll just make sure that you don't get the scones the next time I bring breakfast out here.
I wouldn't take anything from you, Cuthbert likes. You've caused enough problems.
Oh, Cuthbert will still keep you and bless you, my son.
I'm sure he will.
His light shines upon thee even now.
You're still
What I
standing there.
don't
Get the
think.
hell out of here.
All right. Your marching orders.
Let's go, friends. It seems they're
Unfortunately,
ungrateful around here.
And as you're leaving, you can hear him yelling down at those two. He's like, you hear him something about, if you engage with him again in a conversation, I'll dock you a day's pay.
damn.
And he slams that wood door that the wood window that he had peeked his head out of.
When he slams the door, I look back at the other two and go, don't worry, I'd give you your day's wage back. Cuthbert provides.
Boy, between Karn and Clintok, we're doing a bang up job corrupting the damn guards around here. Oh well.
All right. So you leave the tower, the area of the tower?
I guess.
Yeah, I'll turn to the other two and go, you know, unless I missed something, they didn't say a damn thing one way or the other about Ox.
No, they did not.
Who knows?
Almost suspicious that.
You think perhaps they've moved our friend?
Yeah, they said, I mean, the two guards seemed like they were being honest and said they didn't know about any prisoner. So looks like we got to nose around a bit, which means finding some more guards and talking to them. Do we want to try to do that first, or we want to try to check out the Goblin's lair or whatever that place is?
What time of day is it?
It's like mid-morning, I would say. Like 10:30.
So the cranky guard is probably going to be on shift all day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you would figure he's not going to change till, the evening.
Right.
We could try coming back in the evening time, but meanwhile,
We now know, thanks to Clintok, where a lot of the guards like to hang out. We could go check out some of their hangouts. I mean, worst comes, I don't necessarily want to poke our nose into the other jail area, although I will if you think it's, a tolerable risk.
probably not at the moment.
Shall we just go to the inn and see if we can chat with that adventurer?
And then hunt down some
Sure.
guards afterwards. Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to head to the Greasy
Greasy
Fly. Yeah,
Greasy.
which isn't very far from here. It is in the Merchant District, I believe. So it's towards the center of town, closer to the dock. So yeah, you go up and you go past Valentino's where you met Remy's father, and he indiscreetly told you where that tower was. And you come up to the Greasy Fly with the big fly at top of the building. There's a decent crowd already, and it's also open. So a lot of these places are closed, but this place is open. And there's a mixed bag of people here. You would guess adventurer types are kind of hanging out, entering, as you know, the tables. Their wooden tables have a fly etched in them, and everybody's sitting on barrels. And so a waiter walks by with 2 mugs of some kind of ale, and it's bustling in here. And you see a big pecan pie get put down on somebody's table, and they start devouring it. Hey, have a seat. Welcome. Come on in.
Hey, we're actually looking for Castle Strong.
Strong,
Has he
and-
showed up here yet?
He finishes the sentence before you say his name. Yeah, he points to like the VIP, like a private room. He's like, he's back there. Good luck.
Ugh.
Good luck.
Good luck. Why, whoa. Why do you say good luck? Has he been a problem customer?
No, it's just he's a famous adventurer. I mean, just you'll know. And the guy's like, hey, come on, ale over here, come on.
Okay, well, guys, before we step back there, why don't we hit the bar and like bring some booze with us? Hopefully, Mr. Famous Adventurer won't turn down free booze. I'll hit the bar and basically ask them what their best booze is in the strong end of could be used as torch fuel end of things.
Yeah, they've got some kind of whiskey. They call it Clinkville. It's slang. They call it runoff, but it's Clinkville whiskey. That's kind of like runoff from like a drain or something like that. But it's
I'm looking. I look at the guy and say, I am looking for the good stuff now.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a rite of passage. As he takes a bottle off the shelf, and you can see it's got stuff floating in it, and he starts putting some glasses down and pouring it out.
Well, tell you what, let me ask a different question there. What has Strong ordered for himself?
He doesn't. He just drinks water with like some cranberries floating in it.
He drinks the good drinks.
He has to be prepared for battle at all times. Clear and level head.
I wonder if he follows Cuthbert's path.
Probably not. I'll say in a whispered tone.
Well, Torjohn has, not too long ago been a slave held underground forever. So, things floating in the whiskey, who cares? He's going to take his shot before he goes on. So,
one of the patrons.
Tell me how much it costs and whether I need to roll a saving throw.
One of the patrons, as you're drinking, you're dropping it down, and you just give me a con roll.
Okay. Let's see. Torjohn's con is it.
Yeah,
of course it is. Because of course it is.
It was randomly rolled.
Yeah, understood. Fail.
Okay, it's you're coughing and hacking, and one of the patrons gets up in human man. He's like, "Oh, hold on there, partner. Is that your first one?"
Yeah.
Oh, it's on me. And he drops a gold piece down on the bar. He's like, "Oh, don't worry. You're now official resident of Clinkville."
Ah!
Ow.
Yeah, never mind what my papers say. This is what gets me in the door, eh?
Oh yeah. And he looks at the two of you. He's like, "Have you had some runoff? It's a rite of passage. It's on me." And he puts out a coin, another gold coin. He drops it on the counter.
For me, thank you.
I got to keep my wits about me.
Oh. And he's like, "Well,
Water with a lemon in it."
To each his own." He grabs both drinks and he just drops them down.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I look back at the bartender and say, okay, well, tell you what. Can you get us a pitcher of water with cranberries in it?
Okay. So he grabs a container and grabs a handful of cranberries and fills it up with water. He's like, there you go. He's kind of snickers.
Sure. I'll drop a. Well, he's the one who said that was what Strong had. Whatever. I'll drop a gold piece on the bar and wander back, head and look at my other two companions and go, unless you guys got any better ideas, I guess we go see what Strong has to say.
Okay. So it's pretty crowded in here, and you've got your pitcher. It's not really a pitcher. It's more like a huge glass. Probably like a 32 ounce, like super chug glass with a bunch of cranberries floating on top of it. And you pass a couple people who's like talking, they're excited, and you can see holding in their hand, one guy has got like some kind of pamphlet or leaflet. It's some kind of color drawing or something. And he's like, oh yeah. Did you see the way that he shook my hand? And they're walking past and they have all these little like pamphlets, and it looks like there's some kind of picture. It looks like it's been autographed. And you come up to a line, and in front of you, you see all the people turn around, and they are holding pitchers of water with cranberries in it, looking behind them at you guys who are now in line with them.
Great. It's his fan base. Crap on a crutch.
You know it.
Do we wait in line, or do we bowl our way to the front? I mean, we have a bard. We don't have a bard. We've got Torjohn.
You don't have a bard.
You
don't have a bard because Remy got held
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Paperwork check. Otherwise, yes, the bard would start playing charm everybody and then walk in front. But sorry, you don't have a bard.
Damn it! Why'd you have to go and get yourself in trouble?
I can push through if we need to, but I prefer not.
Very well, we shall wait in line like the rest of them. Although I don't know who he thinks he is.
Guess we'll find out.
Okay. So people passing you, and you look, and there's a table, and there's like 4 pitchers of water with the cranberries in it, and there's a stack of pamphlets.
Since it's obvious that I missed the was not the first one with the cranberry idea, I'm just going to set the damn thing down next to the wall, not even bother carrying it in, just set it down next to the wall and walk on.
Okay. So like 20 minutes pass. You finally get up there, and you start to catch a glimpse of this person who looks very, very old. They look like an elf. So Torjohn, he looks elven, and he's sitting in a chair. He's got a cane that looks to be made out of some kind of bone material, and he kind of is leaning on. He's kind of, it looks like the skin on him has been pulled and stretched. It doesn't look like he has any body fat whatsoever. He looks pretty cut and fit for how old he is. His face, he looks very worn, grizzled, but still, he smiles, and people are just shaking their hand, and they're, it looks like he's putting all the effort into it, shaking their hands. And you see him, he's got some kind of thing that he is signing. There's a there's a sheet of pamphlets, and you can see it's an artist rendering of him, obviously when he was younger, in his full regalia with his sword and his armor and shield, fighting some kind of colossal thing that is not really, it's more nondescript, but it's the impression you get is like it's massive, and he's just battling it, and he's signing these things, and there's some kind of coin jar or something that people are dropping money in. And you can see that he, you don't have to roll. You can tell that he has done this many, many times, and that he is trying to be polite. And he is finally, he gets to you and he says, "Oh, thank you for not bringing more water." And he looks over at like the 6 pitchers of water with cranberry in it. I have to get up and relieve myself every 20 minutes. This would make it every 5.
I'll chuckle at his joke. No problem. We're not the normal fawning fans. We are going to be escorts shortly, headed for the Infinite Road and eventually for the realm of the Sanguinus Rex. And we were hoping to get some tips from you.
It sounded like you said you're headed for the Infinite Road, which he kind of like hits his ear a little bit. He looks the 3 of you over and says, "You are." Oh,
I'll switch to Elvis and say the same thing.
And he says to you in Elven, "It is still ridiculous, no matter what language you speak it in."
Can you tell us why, please?
Is
it truly a death sentence?
It's fraught with danger. It is a fool's errand. But fools are
Faith in
born.
the shining light of Cuthbert will see us through.
Where did that come from? He leans on his cane. Cuthbertite.
Up here.
Oh, I haven't. You shouldn't speak so loudly with here in the especially in Clinkville.
We figured that out already. Unfortunately, my friend Karn there will not keep quiet about Cuthbert. He is very vocal about it.
More power to you. And he
This
takes
is my
his
calling in life.
he takes his cane and kind of pokes at you, and he says, like, "Are you going on this foolish errand to the Infinite Road? I was watching you walk up here. You barely can move."
He's getting better, and there is some time before we get there, obviously. It is not exactly a short trip. I'm sure he will recover.
I am slow, but I am strong.
You'll be dead. That's what you'll be.
If that is what Cuthbert commands.
Oh, boy. I can't say that I have missed you, Cuthbertites, before, but yeah, you are definitely are hearken to older times. I had a few on my ventures in the War of the Gods. Yes, very much like you, Karn. You know how I know they weren't? Do you know how I know that they had perished in battle? They quit talking.
Great wisdom.
Okay.
So this trip to the Infinite Road, he kind of like, the 3 of you is. I would not like my chances.
There are several more of us.
Oh. He kind of leans on his cane through several more. 6, 8, 20. They are skilled. The Infinite Road is nothing for fools. Adventurers go there and never heard from again.
You were heard from again.
Yes, it's because I am Castle Strong. That's why. And I
And
live
I
to
am
tell the tale.
Cornstone.
Carnstone. Well, Carnstone, I hope you are able to traverse this and speak its name. It is not hard. It is very difficult to find. I assume you're traversing south through the Goblin lands and those mountains. It is weeks' journey before you get into the desert. There is a small outpost that was there during the war. It is probably still there, where supplies and you can get information. I was told that is potentially that's close to where the Infinite Road passes.
No, truly.
Okay.
All we know is that the Infinite Road is close to our destination. Our real destination is the realm of the Sanguinous Rex.
I thought you just said Sanguinous Rex. So you are you're the part of the Vampire Hunters Guild, or let me guess, you're one of the world treasure finders or hunters or something now. Oh boy. So you want the infamous road to find this vampire.
Simple mercenaries, and no, we do not intend to fight him. That would, we understand that would be the height of foolishness.
Unless, of course, Cuthbert changes his mind and commands it.
He just points his cane at him and says, yeah, yes, this one right here will probably get you killed.
Back to more practical matters. Might there be a name we should mention, or could possibly find somebody still alive at the outpost from the last you were there?
The outpost. Who knows what is there? I was just a young man at the war. You know that the war, the gods, happened about 250 years ago?
Holy shit. Wow, you've lived quite a long time.
Yes.
So why hang up your blade and sit around in taverns collecting money and talking to people like this and point behind us?
Well, for the off chance that I get to have this kind of discussion, and he looks behind him as the people are starting to get irritated because you just haven't come up there and just signed a piece of paper and shook in his hand. It's like, you wait your turn, you drink the water you brought.
Okay, great. We pissed off everybody behind us. Who cares? Honestly, sir, we appreciate what you've told us, but besides run away, which I'm afraid is not likely to happen, do you have any more specific advice in the directions you've already given us?
Well, you would definitely need a guide. Unless one of you knows the way through the Goblin Mountains to the south. Without a guide, you will be lost. It'll take you 3 or 4 times. You plan on going when during the melts, when it's warm, not now when it's winter, festivals of light or whatever. When is your planned departure?
Tomorrow.
We're leaving shortly, but it does not mean we have to go directly there.
You attempt to traverse
So you
this.
say go during the melt?
Yes, you'll be walking through snowdrifts. You will need a guide. You will need someone who knows the way, at least through the mountains.
You keep mentioning that we need a guide. Are you offering your services?
I don't laugh. The character doesn't laugh, but I'm just
services. It's such a fool's errand. Though I'm tempted, it would definitely get me out of places like this doing this, as he looks at the stack of papers in the water. I don't know. I would say I would slow you down, but he pokes at Karn. He says, I probably can move faster than him.
Yeah, that's why we'll be on a boat.
Oh, he planned to go by sea.
Well, I'll tell him, if you change your mind, we're meeting in, what's that place? Tall, whatever.
Twin Rivers? The last flight
Yeah,
in?
not Tall. Twin Rivers, last flight in, day, time, day, etc.
I will give you guys a 2d6 charisma roll. One of you can make it. I mean, one of you can roll it. You decide whoever's got the best charisma to see how receptive he is to this offer, because you piqued his interest. But
Torjohn has a flat 10. Does anybody beat him?
I got a +1.
Oh, well, there you go.
Okay.
That's plenty good. That's plenty good.
I'm a paladin. Gotta have high charisma. 2 4s. So 9.
Karn, you get the impression that he's thinking about what you asked him. Like it's running through his noodle. He's thinking about it like this, what? He might have a point. This paladin, I mean, if this paladin is going to go, I mean, I'm tougher than this guy. Look at him.
Cuthbert calls you. He says that you must come and take this infinite road yet again.
It's like running from a bear. You don't have to run faster than the bear. You have to run faster than the slowest member of the party.
And I don't mind taking up the rear guard and protecting your back. I'll keep you safe.
But if you do find the infinite road, do not stray from the path that you're on. There is there's an elf who patrols the infinite road. His name is Aaron the Powerful. I fought with him in the God Wars. He is not any elf that you have ever met. He looks at it. He is stocky and built like a dwarf. And anybody who comes through the road, he vanquishes with a vengeance.
But you said don't get off the road.
Correct.
Be safe on it.
You may be able to parlay with him. I don't know how much my words would stand with him if he has orders from Sigil or the wizards of the many towers. Then who knows? But he is a fierce fighter. He is a paladin of Totek. You would know that Totek is a god who's supposed to have originated the universe and he's like the god above all the other gods.
Okay.
All paladins are paladins at Totek at the end of the day. I just follow the teachings of Saint Cuthbert.
You better hope that Aaron thinks in the same way you do. He will strike you down with his scythe in one swell swing.
He's welcome to try.
But
well, it has been a pleasure, and we very much appreciate the information. And if you want to go down, if you want to have one last adventure, perhaps you're welcome to join us at Twin Rivers.
He reaches over and grabs one of the pamphlets. It's got like that picture, and he flips on the back of it. He says, "Write that down, where you will be."
Okay.
So I assume you write Twin Rivers, Last Light Inn.
Yep, Twin Rivers, last light in on the 26th is what I have in my notes.
Okay.
If that's all correct.
Yeah, roughly. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. So he looks at that, gets his glasses out, he looks at it. He folds it up. I will think about this. I have enjoyed this conversation very much. I wish you the best if I am
As
not there.
have we.
And if you return from the
Excellent.
infinite road and the God's grave, God War graveyard, you let us know, let everyone know. It is a feat that not many mortals dare. And he reaches over and grabs one of the pitchers of water, drinks it. I drink to you.
Karn grabs another one and raises it to him.
Sure. I'll join the crowd. Why the hell not?
To the infinite road.
To the infinite road.
Felix is
Clank, yeah.
confused and then also joins in drinking
Okay.
the water.
So they all drink. Yeah, you all drink the water. Castle Strong is like loving every minute of it. He stands up to as you depart, shakes your hand, gives you a firm handshake. And as you leave, he sits down as the next group. Perturb shows up and he grabs the piece of paper, pamphlet over. And who do I make this to? And he looks up, kind of smiles like, yeah, happy to see you. Not really. And there's a long line almost out the door of the greasy fly. Do you guys just go ahead and leave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
People are kind of looking as you guys are leaving. You don't have pamphlets, or it's like, oh, okay. Are they out? Are they out of pamphlets? Are they out? I mean,
Everything's fine.
oh, okay.
We didn't need a pamphlet.
He signed my blade.
Yeah. Did you bring? I don't know. Would the dagger work? And then you see somebody, yeah, pitcher of water, yeah, with the cranberries in it, yeah. The bartender's like smirks, yeah, okay, more water. All right, so it's about noontime on the 14th, and you have just met Castle Strong.
Wonderful.
Any more errands we need to run?
All right.
Well, we still need to figure out where the hell
Ox is.
Ox is, and if he broke out. I mean, you'd think that if it had happened, there'd be some sort of buzz going on. Didn't Clintok mention several? Didn't Clintok mention several places that the guards like to hang out?
Oh yeah. Well, you didn't ask him, but like he's mentioned like several of the places he like went around to.
Okay. Well, unless you guys have better ideas, why don't we nose around there and see if we can't find some, get some rumors or information.
So I would say the first place would be the Greasy Fly, because you would catch some of the soldiers, Emkers and the mayor's soldiers, in line hanging out, because they're probably off duty. But yeah, but this guy is a big deal, as you're catching. Like, he is a big deal. If you all want to roll D6s.
1,
2,
3.
Okay. So you guys are kind of like milling about outside. There's some soldiers talking. Felix, you catch a conversation where a couple soldiers lamenting the fact that they've got guard duty tonight in that southern tower. And they mention something about, hopefully they don't have to deal with and they don't use the term prisoner, they use the term like visitor. Oh, we got to deal with our visitor. Hope when's he leaving? We're tired of like bringing him, bringing him meals and stuff.
I will walk over and ask if they've had enough to drink today. Everybody else is drinking water around here. Have you gotten a real drink yet?
Okay. No, we haven't. I mean, we've only had a couple hours sleep, but we wanted to catch. Did you get to meet Castle Strong? Is he in there?
Oh, yeah. He's an interesting fellow.
Yeah. I mean, we grew up hearing stories about him. So yeah, we're looking to get in line. Just so nice out. We want to be outside. Maybe the line would get a little bit shorter before we get cramped in there. Yeah, I could use a drink. That'd be great.
All right. I'll get some drinks. I'll be right back. Go and
Oh, okay.
grab some drinks for
And I'll sort of while Felix is out there getting drinks, let's say, well, if you want to join the line there, do not bring him water with cranberries. Apparently everybody does that, and he's tired of it. So you might get a better reception if you don't do that.
Okay. Yeah, they nod, and a couple people who are eavesdropping on your conversation like look at each other like, yeah, we need to. We almost fucked that up.
Yeah, it's funny. The bartender's selling bartenders. Hey, bartender's selling lots of overpriced water today.
So you come back with? Are you just getting like some ale or whatever? Or are you getting that runoff?
Just some ale.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I overheard you guys got tower duty.
Oh my God.
How's that been?
Ty, it's not too bad. The winter sucks because our shifts are really long, but the breeze is nice. It's nice being near the water, at least. When you got one of the interior ones, like he points to the towers and close to the hills and the outer. I don't know. I like the water. I like the ocean, the sea. So it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice.
They give you guys much training?
Oh yeah, academy. Yeah, I've been Emperor's Guard for 5 years.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I was up in Darius. I mean, got assigned to Darius and Manance. That sucked. I mean, I can't tell you enough about that. Clinkville's nice. Clinkville's nice places to eat. You got the ocean. Yeah, I mean, it's not. Yeah, Manance just too many problems. Just yeah, it's not too bad. You just come here to see Castle Strong like everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard the legendary hero is here. I mean, I had to come see it.
Yeah.
I hope to one day be as masterful with the blade as he is.
Yeah, any weapon. Like he was axe and sword, dagger, mace, whatever it was, whatever he could use. Yeah, he could use it.
That's impressive. Not many men know how to use a whole arsenal of weaponry.
Yeah,
Normally,
all kinds.
Takes long to just even begin to master one.
Yeah.
So, I've got nothing better to do for the rest of the day. But I should really not spend all my time in here. But you guys had a long shift. How about I give you some more drinks? I'll give you some ahead of time and let the bartender know just to keep them coming as long as you're here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
okay. I don't know. Kindness to strangers, I guess. I mean, that's nice of you.
Well, I know not everyone treats the Accursed guards with the respect they deserve.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Somebody in town killed one of them.
Oh,
Yeah, that was rough. But, hopefully we're going to track them down. I heard they're on it.
yeah, how do they hope to find the killer? I thought it happened like during the fog.
Yeah, it was foggy. Man, I almost got it. The other guy's like, I almost got assigned up that prison. Thank God I didn't. Yeah. Well, I mean, they got ways, how some of those magic types are. They come up with all kinds of.
They
Some
can
of
do
it's-
anything.
Yeah, some of it's kind of. Some of it's kind of
Except survive
suspect.
an arrow.
What now?
I said except survive an arrow normally. They're pretty
Yeah.
weak.
Yeah. Yeah, he
Well-
got shot. Yeah, he got shot with an arrow. That's what I heard. A bowman got him.
Oh, the guard.
Yeah.
I was talking about those magic users, but
Oh, I wouldn't cross them.
well. Anyways, I better let you guys go.
Yeah. Appreciate it. I didn't catch your name.
Oh, it's not important. I'm just passing.
Oh man, I thought you were setting them up to talk to him later.
Give me
Oh,
a
well.
2d6 roll. I'll give you a +1. You've got some drinks. You've been nice. Treating the Emperor's guards nice.
10?
Whoa, yeah. Hey, don't worry. I look. The other guy's like, I've been there before. Yeah. Less they know about me, the better. They both laugh. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, one of those days, and I walk away.
Okay.
What a nice guy. Yeah. All right.
Torjohn will sort of cock his head at you and go, so, is the point to set them up to talk to them later while they're on duty? Because we still didn't find out anything.
Oh, I just figured drunk guards are easier to kill.
Okay,
Wow.
there is that.
Drunk guards get a -1 to their hit rolls.
Okay, so the three of you are outside. You've gotten some information. Greasy Fly, doing anything else?
He did overhear them talking about a prisoner they were having to feed and take special care of, right?
A visitor, yes, they called him.
Yeah, I'll relate the language of the rest of the group. It was lost on me, but
Yeah,
I wonder if that means ox.
I assume so.
yeah, probably.
That's what-
Well, I think it's about time to go back and share our findings. Do this, but be careful about it. Go in the back way, pass messages through BrewCon, so that it isn't obvious that we don't show ourselves to the guards and flag the fact that we're ignoring them in some way.
Was there any plan? So who knows the information about Loich? What is any of you guys know that? Or is that the other crew?
No, Torjohn heard it. Torjohn heard it at the funeral,
Yep.
and he passed it on to Clintok and to Basil Wilberforce because they were the other people involved. Of course, he
Okay.
technically passed it on to Basil X, but Basil X is for some reason hanging out in the background today. But Torjohn passed it on to the people involved, and he's going to let them decide if they want to talk about it further, especially since we can't talk to Karn about it.
Yeah, Karn has no clue.
Okay.
So he did that as soon after, basically, when Clintok came, as soon as he could contact Clintok. I think it was this morning, not last night, but still, people have been told. Just not everybody has been told.
So you're gonna head back to the rejuvenating bog?
Yeah.
Yep. Go in the back door and get Brucon to update people, since again, we don't want to put our faces in front of the Accursed guard and invite attention.
So everybody give me a D6 roll, add your wisdom. If you have a wisdom modifier, like +1 or something. I guess I said that wrong. So basically you're looking for a 1. If you've got a +1 wisdom, it makes it 2 out of 6. If that makes sense.
Basically,
I rolled a 5. I have a +1 wisdom.
Okay, so you need 2. Yours is 2 out of 6.
4.
yeah. I rolled a 5.
Okay.
No wisdom for me.
So you guys are headed back to the rejuvenating bog. There is a place where you go over like a small footbridge over a little river that rolls here as you're headed back. And as you're headed back, there's some noise, and 4 individuals come out with clubs looking to attack you. And we can stop right there because I don't want to start combat at 11 o'clock.
Nice.
You brought clubs to a sword fight.
And they also have like bags or sacks over their heads with the eyes cut out.
The Accursed guards, not very creative. That's my guess.
Well, we'll find out, I guess.
But I hope you
Good
guys
job.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
immensely.
Good.
Indeed.
Sinn-A-Dogg was a fun character.
Yes.
Party planner. There you go.
So a couple
It's
things
absolutely
to
perfect.
remember, which I don't know why I'm saying this now because the session's over. The Mott still wants to meet with you, I think today.
Yeah.
Basil. I think Basil Wilberforce. I think the Mott,
Yeah.
because you were going to roll him or something. The ship's supposed to show up tomorrow. You got to pick up the magic weapon. But that's his character. And as far as like Karn, as far as your condition goes, there's a lot of travel involved. And you could probably rest in Twin Rivers until you get to full health, or because it's going to take a while. It's to get to your destination. So over the course of traveling, as long as nothing happens, in a sense, you would be healed up. So it's not like next week you're going to be.
Oh yeah.
and
No,
the
I'm
other
good with it. I just didn't realize it was that long. I thought it was like 4 days.
Yeah, we are still in Clinkville.
Right. The other thing is that Castle Strong very specifically said we'd have to wait until the snow melted. So, and it wasn't this season. So,
Yeah, that's something you might want to tell Remy.
Yeah. Have to pass that on.
after we meet her and get the hell out of town, yes.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, they said. Yeah, right.
But I will say,
All right.
you know Remy, she may say she has no desire to wait.
Yeah, she's got to take care of Charlie.
Yeah.
One track mind.
All right. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you again.
Yeah.
Thanks for running a great game.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. All right.
All
Take
right.
care.
Good night, everyone.
Yep.
All right.
Take care.